So hi everyone, so today we're actually on the Nairobi CBD area, and specifically on the, if you see on the right side, we have the government building, which is actually the governor's house, and on the left side you have actually the KICC, which we shall get there another time. But for today I wanted us to vlog through the part here that is actually the governor's house, where he usually sits and usually stays, do executives of the government jobs. And as you can see, this road is actually molded so well. You can see the clean street on today, and actually today is on a Sunday, so they actually decided to do the vlog, because on a regular normal days, on actually weekdays, it's so busy and you cannot be allowed to take cameras or even being suspected at taking a video or anything. Actually you'd be arrested. But so since today is on a weekday, so everything is usually like allowed. So as you can see, this is me. I was actually wearing my favorite jersey, which actually the French jersey, as you can see, number 13 there on the back. But and also carrying myself with my cameraman. Yeah, so we actually decided to cross over the other side, since the other on our left side was so occupied by people. Let me say the cameraman. There is actually photo takings, which I've told you it's actually allowed on the weekdays. Weekends, actually, I'm sorry for that, but weekends it is actually allowed taking photos. As you can see there, that is an umbrella. That is those are guys actually taking photos. If you like, you should take your great photos. They have every type of equipment used to take photos. Yeah, it was actually a very fine day. As you can see, also the streets are very clean. There was actually less people on the streets, and the only people who came there, some tourists and the tour guides also, and nobody was actually bothering the other guy, unless from the photographers, who you actually had to pay 100 shillings or 200 shillings if you would like your photo actually taken. But for us, that was not even actually our main issues. That was not our concerns. But yes, we did take some photos, but that for that, let's leave it at that point. So actually this is the road. This is a very fine road. So at this point you had to pass, since this driver said he did not want to be recorded, so we just passed him. And as you walk, you can see there's fine roads, fine everything here, very cool breezing. See the street, look at it all, very clean. Actually it has always been clean like that, because under NMS everything is clean, kept clean, everybody walking on the road. Yeah, everyone minding his own business. So let's see what the streets of Nairobi actually have to offer for us. And so, as I've said earlier, photographers everywhere. See, this was actually officers who had also told us that so at some areas at the Parliamentary Road, which we shall go ahead and look at it, we actually did get arrested at that road. So yeah, we got arrested, but in God's grace we did talk to the officer who was in charge, and he allowed us only if we deleted the video which I had taken of the parliament, and it said it was never allowed to actually film. That's I was telling you that this road is actually allowed on weekends only. Weekends are the only days you can be allowed to take photos or anything, but on other days, let's say like on weekdays, it's really so prohibited. So that's why we chose the right day, which was on weekdays, which was on a weekend, on a Sunday actually. So the Parliamentary Road is actually this roundabout. That is a Parliamentary roundabout, and as you go down, we shall see where the Parliament is. Yeah, so let's walk the streets, as they're actually very fine. Yes, I've told you they're well kept, very clean. And see this building, high-rising buildings. These are very beautiful places, beautiful scenarios you can come see. Yeah, actually Nairobi is growing really so fast, not like stuck in those back then days of 80s Yeah, so we had like to cross the other side since we wanted to go see the parliament. Yeah, yes, that is us now crossing. We had to ensure that we had not bumped it into a car causing any accident, so we were very careful. Yeah, actually on arrival this other side also you can see people sitting down, taking, eating, doing etc. of their own because it's on a weekend. Yeah, that is the parliament of Kenya. So actually this is where we got arrested by some other officers, and they told us that we should stop recording the parliament. So I think we're going to cut at this point to not to allow any other thing. So this was actually as before. So before the journey, actually went to town by bus, which are actually called matatus here in Kenya, and it was fun. It had a lot of music, but I had to remove the music to avoid actually copyright. And so this is us again.
So how are you guys? If you ever wondered how does it ever look like or ever feel like when you're in Nairobi on a Sundays, actually one thing about Nairobi is that it does not have resting days. Every day same as the other day, because as you can see today it's actually on a Sunday weekend. And most people here, as you can see, we have the national employment of the youth, which is actually content creation. Yeah. It's called content creation, my people, because the employment in this country is like in a serious matter.
Yes,
we go meet the content creators of this country, some among the best ones. Yeah.
So for there I had actually to remove the sound since the social, let me call the, what are they called, I think the social media list. So this guys you guys actually seeing here, they're actually shooting their contents for YouTube, their YouTube and their TikTok channels. But for me, since that is me now, vibes on vibes, you know, dancing to the song. Actually it was K Kili Kili K. I don't know actually how the song goes, but yeah, that is me flexing, you know. So actually the songs they are playing I actually found on YouTube, so I had to avoid the YouTube copyright restrictions, you know? So that's why I had to remove that part of the audio to avoid any unnecessary things or YouTube copyright strikes or something that maybe associated with that. So until this part, this area, the music on the background wasn't loud enough to be heard. So actually also this another corner here, so actually so busy with the YouTubers and the TikTokers actually.
This country is this road, and especially on a Sunday, actually those are among the content creators you have in this country. This you can going to work with show them this route, you know. Make them feel the vibes of Nairobi on a Sunday. Never joking on this country. Young men like to send themselves. Too much mbaya, you know. Sundays. Actually, they have a 2 week, let me call it a 2 week timetable. Yeah. On weekdays and work. When it comes on weekends, They are shooting content for their own channels and YouTube accounts, hustle any way you can. So, yep. This is the Nairobi, guys. So actually this place at the moment does not have a lot of people, but let you come on weekdays. On other days it's very busy, very occupied. Yeah. Guys, this is Nairobi now. The city under the sun. As you can see, busy, busy, busy. You have the Cardinal Tunga Road there. Actually, even some areas of this country, this city have never gone. Because of how anonymous it is. If you ever went down and walk, ever wish to have a walk, I think you have the right to a guide for yourself. Look at Nairobi. Even though we classify as ourselves as the third world country in the world, second African country. If in Africa the classes, among the classes, I think we are the second. We are the second African country. But our level of development, in the Konanga Street. So my people, this is Konanga Street. Yeah, and it is no joke on weekends, Saturdays. Nairobi people. So come in front.
Jackie, ingia side nyingine.
So this was actually on a Sunday, but the street weren't that quiet because content creation one was going on and cars was actually moving. Here actually you do use diesel and petroleum cars, so it was so loud. Some engines, some cars needed, I think, to see the engine repairs or fixed because they're actually making a lot of noises for the camera. Actually, let me not say the camera, but for anyone who passed across the street. But actually I got used to this, so that is the buildings. Nairobi has so many high-rise in the buildings which are so formidable to see everything about it. This is now one of the busiest roads on our weekdays, but today is on a weekend, so it ain't that busy.
Even though we as the Frenchman, we lost on the quarterfinals to the Spanish, we are still happy, we still love ourselves. Teams, playoff, everything goes. No, I did tell you one thing. Put the camera to me. I did tell you one thing. Actually, the backbone of this country for most youth are actually so unemployed. So as you see here, we have another content creation. You can actually it's all about content creation and everything. Yeah, actually, it's called the backbone of the majority of the youth. Ungepitia hapa hivi zinataka tuingie hapa nini? Hii park ya hapa. Tuingilie hapa. Hapa. Uhuru Park kwe.
So we actually had to cross the road to the other side because this other side had so much thing to show, but the problem is that we had to cross it to the other side since this other side had a lot of loud music that I had to avoid again. So I've told you, corporate this restriction with YouTube is so serious these days. It does not want you to play anyone's song because they find it as you as not very creative, because YouTube actually supports creativity of someone. So when you play someone's own song, so that they deem as and creativity of someone. But for here, I wanted to shoot here, but it was actually a little bit dark. The light actually was under shade, so I had to move a place forward where there is enough light and gives it the rest of things.
Simama kwa kivuli. Bado pia hapo. Kwa sawa.
So actually, my guys, this Nairobi at the moment is so expensive. Cameraman, come closer, come closer. Yes, come closer, yes, thank you. That is the right position. So actually, Nairobi at the moment, hustling, as you can see there, as you can see there, it's another content creation, which has helped a lot of many youth as myself. So either this country, as you can see, high-rise buildings, which are actually new, as you can see here also. We have another one under the development of National Security Fund, NSSF. Oh, it's actually the CRBC. If you don't know CRBC, it's whereby if you ever take a loan and desire to escape a loan, the CRBC is on your neck. Zero jokes for these people. These guys take their work very seriously. But as you can see, our Chinese brothers make a lot of our buildings. Most of these buildings in Nairobi is actually built by these Chinese people. So Chinese investors actually invested really heavily in this country. See, that is the Nairobi Expressway, the road which has taken so many years to be constructed, and they get most of it all, Yeah, it is very nice. So let's continue with our walk in the town. Video ya kwanza Hey.
Sasa umesema hapo ama wapi?
It's not this way. So guys are actually at the Nyayo house.
So actually for here again, you had to be cautioned to avoid any security issues with the security guards, because I told you in Nairobi, there's some places where there's usually some streets like this area here. Yeah, it has its own laws too, but I think we had it done, so we had no problem with them. So that's why we are moving, just walking around the city, because as citizens, so this is part of us exercising our own freedom and our own will.
One of the symbols of this country, this one, Nyayo house. So if you ever get lost, this is where you should find yourself. Actually, it's not start far from the Nairobi Expressway. Just cut off from the Nairobi Expressway from the Barata National Park. You cut across, you come down, you have arrived at the Nyayo house. And in Nyayo house, actually, there was a lot of things. Actually, lost IDs, you get to do everything about lost IDs. The pictures. So, no worries in Nairobi. Actually, Nairobi is a safe city. I don't know if you consider as one of the safest cities, but it's here. Can you show this box? Actually, this is the charity box. If you have ever participated in such kind of game, you know. So you can see this is another area, content creation, content providence and everything, you know. It's really good advice here.
So at this area again, we made other content creators. Yeah, busy in Nairobi. See, but this one were actually kids who were dancing. Now they had to keep up with their talent. Yeah, because to avoid idleness, because so many young men have been lost to so many kind of things, and the drugs, other so unexpected things. But for this one, at least these kids had something to hold on to, which was actually the dance, which they love doing. So shout out to all the kids who really put up with the life, you know, and all the problems and everything to make a dance, to be happy. Yeah.
Content creation. Content creation. Don't be idle. Does not matter whether you have a good phone or a very sluggish phone, but content creation is so good, so helpful to many young men.
So we were actually along the Nairobi Expressway route. The Nairobi Expressway route is actually the newly constructed road that links up the areas like town center to Mlolongo, actually to avoid a lot of congestions and everything to ease the ways of transport. Yeah, a little bit dance. Yes. And that's where we go. And the left one, yeah, as I've said, to ease transportation in this area, ease congestion. Actually, as Nairobi continues to grow, it will actually need more better roads like these ones and more like those ones also, so as to reduce congestion in the city during peak hours, to avoid being stranded in jams, because at some days, some roads you can be stranded in the jam for like 2 to 3 hours, car making zero effort of movement, with cars showing zero effort. But thanks to the newly constructed Nairobi Expressway, so some cars, they usually like passing below, others on the highways, the upper road. But actually the upper one, you must pay for it. It's actually called the ETC route. Yeah, you actually pay for it depending on the route which you want to take. So let's allow this cars first to pass in. You had to cross there. So actually on that Nairobi Expressway, it ain't actually free to use it. So people have to pay depending on the route and the area you're going, and the distance which you must take. You pay according to the kilometers you take and everything, because at every entry point to the highway, you must pay. Every entry that you take, you must pay for it there. No, you actually don't pay on entry. On entry, just being given a card. After you take the road to use it, at your exit point, you give away the card. They give you the total amount of money that you've already used. Blah blah blah. They calculate for you the amount you must pay. So you pay using an ETC method. Using the ETC method, which you either use the Airtel money or cash actually. Yeah. So this is the route now, the Nairobi Expressway, which said actually the government a lot of money during construction, but although it did cost a lot of money, but at least we get to see its use, its importance. So it take a lot of time to be constructed, but it has really helped a lot in Nairobi, because on peak hours, this actually the Uhuru way, the Nairobi Uhuru highway, it is so busy, so many cars, because that route actually leads you to upper part of Nairobi, which is referred to as the Westlands. Yeah, the route going in my opposite direction leads you actually to Westlands, and the route I'm headed towards to leads you out of the town center actually. Yeah, but actually the road has taken a lot of time. It looks beautiful. Yeah, someday when we buy our own cars, we shall wish to use it. But for the day, let's enjoy the blessings of our Lord, which is giving us the strength and energy. So we actually did meet these guys. And so they were so excited to see us. You see, the boy is very happy, very in joyous mood to see their fellow people actually doing something. Yeah, they actually did wanted us to go live with them, but then they say they are not so much interested into it. So yeah. So this was actually the entrance to the park. Yeah, that's the route. You see, still actually this is not construction, but there's a time when there was actually floods. So this I don't know, it is called what this whole sewage line, it was actually blocked. The sewage line, it got blocked, so the guys say the rule that you are no longer allowed passage of water or anything. So the sewer guys came to clear everything. But as you can see also here, there are actually so many people. I told you it's on a weekday. It's the day you expect people actually to go have fun, relieve the weekly stress and everything. Yeah, and the really people, they took their chances, Even as for us, Monday to Saturday, actually, you work. But when it gets on a Sunday, go relieve yourself, it actually, so it's of great importance. Yeah, at the Uru Park and etc. of the things. Yeah, these were actually people there sitting, Others were they were actually doing a lot of things. As I did say, is that see, that is a cameraman and a skating guy, so you can also come and skate on this road. Yeah, it is actually one of, let's say, the timing of it terminates at the Haile Selassie Road of the Nairobi Expressway. Now it has the terminal going inside the Uhuru Park, and this road actually never existed there. It's actually, this was part of the park which they had cut off to pave way for new development, which has been a thing which has been going so rampant in this country. But actually, what can we do? But both the roads are nice for us, they are important for us. Both the park are also important, so it leaves you in a dilemma to wonder of which can you take of greater importance than the other. So it's been biggest to question this country and other nations actually. What shall we do? Give space for, is it development or for leisure? Leaving some areas for leisure, like here, content creation still going on. People having fun, weekdays, weekends, feel free. Go visit some place, go stay some places. Yeah, it's actually a very nice day to visit. Okay, so this is still part of the park. Yeah, see those fine grasses up the hill. That is still the park. I saw it's busy as every day, busy as usual.
Usipita hapo bana.
station.
Twende.
I think this is the bus station. So I'm not traveling.
Twende hivi.
We just entered the bus station, man.
Kwambia ni bus station.
Yes, in Green Park, bus station.
Hakuna.
I'm telling you, see bus.
Taka tupite ile golf club bana.
Ndani.
Sido kwani wewe unatembea na huwezi soma mbele?
Golf club kwani hatuwezi ingia ndani. Real golf club actually does to pay a lot of money. Yeah. Some things actually in this country aren't free. I can say the Kenya Railway Golf Club. Hey!
Actually, those are the same guys which you had met before. Yeah. So it was actually fun. Walk through this is actually the walk through Nairobi. Now we are done with the Uhuru Park area and the bus station area. On the right is actually the Railway Golf Club. Yeah, the champions of golf come to play there, you know. If you think you know golf, this actually can take this road to Upper Hill. Yeah, to actually play golf and the etc. of the things you want to play. I do have actually other days racehorse. Yeah, but their main sport is actually race gun.
When you take this road up, you go to the Upper Hill area, which is like the upper part of the road.
Unanikuja mapema.
Which is actually the upper part of Nairobi. If you ever want to come visit the upper part of Nairobi, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe this video. Don't forget also to leave your comments there. Help me better this my tours, yeah, and everything else. Yeah. So, up there, someday we're going to come. If not today, maybe tomorrow, to the upper part of Nairobi actually. Nairobi, man. Not forgetting this is also a very religious country. Very religious. Very religious. Like that one is now Pastor Ward. One of the most respected actually pastors in this country is that Pastor Ward. He has done so many things, done so many miracles. You know, some very wonderful miracles for the people of actually. Yeah, this is now the pastor. It's called actually Dr. Pastor Award. He has a real mega church. You see that? Mega church. Actually, it's not here a mega church, but here they're actually having an event. Let's say like a crusade. For here, if you want to come here, healings, come experience here, you are healing my people. Okay? Yeah, let's see the city. Actually, this city, I think this also. Cameraman, can you it's actually a car behind the cameraman, and we actually want to avoid any injuries. Don't want to carry anyone. Yeah, some clothing. It's a negative. French Pastor Award. Actually, he's having an event here. Yeah. And you are given the land, there's a built here actually a bus station. This is actually a bus station. On the other side of the Rupak Stadium, it is actually the railway station, the Nairobi Expressway terminal. Actually terminating to that one, doing the Electric Avenue, going to the rest of the upper Nairobi part. Yeah, so guys, this is actually Nairobi on a Sunday. Yes, and it does not look so Maxi Kamisi. Some people don't know how to use their horns. Yeah, baby, this is Nairobi. Show them. Show them now the Nairobi. Yeah. That is Nairobi. The Nairobi you never see it anywhere. Actually, in the years back, the government had launched to build a Nairobi underground crossing. This one here. So up to now, I don't know if they still allow people to actually guys to use it. Let's just pass here. See? All the conditioning and the rest of everything. Don't know if it's still now. But it actually seems like the road is still under construction. Yeah. Actually, the underground road is not on its own completion, we shall come here. What's the underground tunnels? Because even here I would like to see how does it feel like to be underground. You see here the actually pass on this underground here. The usually underground tunnels here. Since this road here connects to the other end of the road. Yeah. Now this is Nairobi, my people. See Nairobi. Cameraman, make them see Nairobi. And now they see. You need one. So actually, when you pass through the tunnel, you come. This is now the exit point. Entrance. This is now the exit.
So it actually said this. I wanted to speak, but I saw this beautiful person across me, and so I actually did lose to my words at the moment. Yeah, don't know what is usually wrong with us men, but it's understandable. But the cooperative bank, yeah, its own building in central Nairobi railway area. Actually, this is the railway Nairobi railway areas. Yeah, you can see still nice, well decorated.
exit for the Nairobi County underground tunnel pathway. That is another church, the main evangelism church.
Afu hapo mbele hawalau kamera. Mbele after that KU. After that KU.
Actually, if you haven't realized, this is the first electrical charge point you have in Nairobi. Nairobi said they want to go green, the electric everything, so this is the charge points of the city. You can see the reception tent.
Tuwezi tukapita hapa mbele, nakatia hapo sasa, umalizie.
Guys, let's first pass this point actually. This other point actually one of the government most protected building. So if you stop here, we first get to the other side of the road. In the Katia.